I'm about to come at you guys hard with some unpopular opinions, so if you don't agree with them, feel free to respectfully come at me in the comment sections. I don't think we need a twine storyline in Fortnite Save the World, and I don't think that Save the World needs to be easier to access for beginner players when they first start out. I want to talk about my experience when I first started playing Fortnite Save the World, and of course it's your boy Salvajee from the Salvaje Cartel, and feel free to use my creator code Salvaje if you'd like. When I first started playing Fortnite Save the World, the game was very complex. I mean, it had a freaking research skill tree. It was really complex. But that didn't scare me away from the game. That's actually something that got me even more invested into the game. Here I was, a Battle Royale fanatic who thought Battle Royale was 10 times better than Fortnite Save the World. Here I was thinking that I was going to be playing Fortnite Save the World casually, and the crazy thing is that the complex aspects of Fortnite Save the World is what actually got me more into Fortnite Save the World. I like that the game didn't hold my hand. Let's talk about Fortnite Battle Royale, right? At first, when it came out, people were like, this is just a Battle Royale game. And then people realized that it wasn't just a Battle Royale game. It was a very awesome, complex Battle Royale game. If people first start getting into Fortnite Battle Royale, they're going to realize that if they are not grasping the basic aspects, at least, of building, they're just going to get completely stomped on. You would think that a game with such a high ceiling to actually start being decent at the game would actually be very unpopular. You would think that a game with a super huge skill gap and skill ceiling would be very unpopular, but the aspects that make Fortnite Battle Royale a complex game is what makes Fortnite Battle Royale good in the first place. The difficulty of building and the challenge that building provides to the players is what makes the game so much more appealing. People like challenges. People like figuring things out. And that's why I think that Survivor Squads should not be reworked. I think Survivor Squads is perfect just as it is. Now, of course, there is one thing that I would change about Survivor Squads. If you have a Mythic Lead Survivor and all of your Legendary Survivors are matching personalities, you should be able to choose a set bonus. So, in other words, let's say that I have a squad, again, matching personalities and a Mythic Lead, I can get 20% more damage to my traps. And that should be something that I get to choose, not something that I need to grind for, and not something that I need to pay V-Bucks for, so that I have all of the Legendary Survivors with the perfect set bonuses and all that stuff. I find that aspects of Survivor Squads to be very petty, extremely annoying, and extremely unnecessary, because for the most part, it's only effective if you're actually maximizing on it. And the craziest thing is, even if you're maximizing on it, you're wasting your time, because Fortnite Save the World isn't a game where you need to min-max things, right? So that's the first point that I wanted to point out in this video. I don't think Fortnite Save the World has a hard barrier to entry as a PvE game. And believe it or not, guys, Survivor Squads is actually explained very clearly in the Survivor Squad section. It's just that people nowadays just don't want to read. They also don't want to watch my 7-minute Survivor Squads videos, which explains the entirety of Survivor Squads in just 7 minutes, and it's the best Survivor Squads tutorial on YouTube. I just want to put that out there. If you're a brand new player, you might want to check that out. Beginner's Guide playlist in the description below. Fortnite Battle Royale, it's one of the most complex Battle Royale games ever, like I said a couple of minutes ago, and it's one of the biggest Battle Royale games ever. So easier access isn't really something that Save the World desperately needs. Why am I saying that? Well, the point that I'm trying to make is that at the end of the day, those who really want to make an effort to actually learn Save the World and the different aspects of it are just going to put in an effort and are going to really fall in love with all of the aspects that Fortnite Save the World brings into the table. And those are people like me, and obviously all of the other Save the World content creators that we have out there, and all of the other, prospering Save the World players, new and old, that I see sometimes in the Save the World community. So that's what I have to say when it comes down to why Fortnite Save the World doesn't really need an easier barrier to entry. I like that it's complicated a little bit. Alright, let's talk about the twine storyline and why you just don't want it in Fortnite Save the World. First of all, the time that they're putting to develop a twine story could be the time that they could spend on creating a social hub in Fortnite Save the World where you can actually meet up with players and then actually take them to do missions with you. The development time for a twine story could be put into giving us more mythic weapons in the Mythic Storm King encounter. The development time for a twine story could be put into creating like a strike-like experience, like in Destiny 2, for example, where you fight a couple of enemies, then there's like a mini boss, and then, you know, you go fight this other thing. Like, the development time that they could be putting for a twine story, you know, could be put into so many other things that would make Save the World just 10 times better. Like, for example, the Save the World item shop. So Save the World can actually start making some more additional money, right? That's why I don't want a twine story, because why would they waste time on a fetch quest narrative quest line when they can just be putting their resources elsewhere? And I know a couple of people want a twine story. Look, that's okay. Alright, that's cool. I'm not saying that if you think that you want a twine story that you're a terrible person and all that stuff. All I'm saying is that the way I see it, and that's why I said that this is going to be an unpopular opinion, I think it's a terrible idea that we get a twine story. Also, let's face it, the twine story is going to be fetch quest anyway, right? And I don't really want to do another like 20-30 pages of fetch quest. Anyways, we also have the Save the World narrative quest lines, like the Love Storm and the Willow one and the Arlene Isa one, I believe. We have all of these other narrative quest line that I have always thought that they are part of the twine story. I don't know if you guys know this, but Save the World has the Stand and Fight campaign, which is basically Stonewood to Canny Valley, and then after Canny Valley, then we start the Save the World campaign or Rebuild the World campaign, and that's basically all of the previous narratives that we have been getting in Fortnite Save the World. I guess it's kind of like a lesser known fact that some people don't know about, but yeah, that's what all of these campaigns are for. And that's why in these campaigns we're recruiting people for home base, because the whole point of the, you know, Rebuild the World campaign is that we're recruiting people to home base so that we can again rebuild the world, right? Anyways, I also have no idea what a twine story would be like. Like, we already beat the Storm King. We already beat the Mythic Storm King also. Look, let me know what you guys think in the comment sections below. Alright, I love Save the World how it is. You know, at the beginner levels of play, you know, the beginner entry I don't really think is that much of a big deal. And I want them to spend developing time on stuff that we actually need, not stuff that isn't really as necessary. Like, a twine story I don't think is necessary. Like, to finish the story, you know, in Save the World, like, we can just have like a mini narrative where they just save Power Chord and that's it, because that's pretty much what the story is so far, right? Like, we discovered Power Chord, Penny's sister, and that's it, right? Anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comment sections below. Wanted to make this video, know it's gonna be a little controversial, but fuck it, man, it's all Gucci. Anyways, feel free to subscribe and like up the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.